Cianci, you just brought him up, wants to raise taxes. I don't think that people want to raise taxes anymore. I think that that's the stupidest thing to do. If you want to generate an income, generate keep individuals who can invest and create jobs, you don't raise taxes. I think Cianci has made a big mistake. I also think that education is a wonderful thing. The kids and city go to school and parents are going to be involved in that. And then they can, without question, squeeze the magic of the classroom. And now the race for the top, the $75 million that we all work so hard to get. You mentioned Link Cianci. Link Cianci said today, as a matter of fact, on the news that he doesn't think we should take the money, the $75 million. I think that would be a big, huge mistake.
Right.
And I don't believe that Cianci, with his increase in taxes and his refusing money from Washington, because that money would go to Arkansas if it didn't come to us. So I think that would be a bad thing to have him in office that would lead us down that path.
And what about Mayor Cicilline running for congressman?
Well, it looks like he's going to win, although, the Tea Party movement is made up of three different groups of individuals. Conservative Republicans who basically are fed up with overspending. It's also made up of individuals who never were involved with politics before, who basically frankly never voted for it before in many cases, and they're concerned with the high spending. And of course it's made up of people who are Democrats and Republicans who feel that both their parties have deserted them. The Democrats feel that big government and big liberal government is not in their pecking order, and then the Republicans feel that the lobbyists and the elitists have taken their party over. So you got three different groups of people. Now, I don't know if it's going to make that much of a difference here in Rhode Island, but you understand that Cicilline won the race for the Democratic endorsed candidate for Congress. But remember, the voting shall I say, pool is different in the primary than what it is in the general election. For instance, in the primary, 22% of the vote came from Providence. In the general election, only 11% would come from Providence, but 45% would come from the Blackstone Valley.
Now I got to ask you some later questions.
You got to understand that. I mean, that's a whole different. And a lot more people will vote. And remember, 66% of the people voted against Cicilline in the Democratic primary. He only got 63% voted against him, and 36% voted for him.
Well, I can ask you some later questions now. Change the subject. Just two questions. One thing, when people actually, say to you, Mayor, I miss you being mayor, and I want you to be mayor again, what does that make you feel?
It makes you feel good. And they did polls, and the polls showed that if I ran, I could have won again. But let me tell you something. There's a time and a place for everything in life. And I was mayor over 4 decades.
Great job too.
Thank you. We moved rivers, we built malls, we improved the zoo. We had a very low crime rate in those days. In addition to that, we also did some other wonderful things. We embraced historic preservation, and we raised the self-esteem of the city to levels that people never thought they could achieve. It used to be when people for airports, people would ask them, where are you from? If they were in Cleveland or someplace. They used to say I'm from Rhode Island. Now when we were at our height, they would say they're from Providence. They were proud to be from Providence. And where's the city going? I love to be part of the renovation of the Performing Arts Center. They wanted to knock that down. In Trinity, we saved them about, I don't know how many times we saved them.
Exactly.
And the arts is very important, are very important to the stamina of the city, and really the dimension of the city that embraces that part we call culture, which is the learned part of human behavior. And we've got a great history here. And when I was mayor, I loved all of that. But times changed, and it's time for a different mayor now. And I wish he does well. I wish him luck, and I support whatever efforts he does that will improve the city.
Sure. And one last final question. Of course, everybody likes Family Guy, of course. And you probably watched it before. And you have Buddy Cianci Junior High. Of course, people watch it in Atlanta. People watch it in Florida. What do you think about Buddy Cianci Junior High being in the Family Guy?
Well, Seth MacFarlane went to Rhode Island School of Design. I think that's how I got on the show. I don't get a dime from it.
Really?
No, nothing. But but that's okay. As long as it entertains people, it's fine, and it helps the city. But the one thing I do is I make pasta sauce.
Hold on, 1 second. 1 second. Oh, shoot.
That's all right. You all set?
Hold on 1 second.
He's recording it, so.
Hold on for 1 second. I'm just going to take it and do it now. Okay.
You know, one of the, you know, I don't get anything from Family Guy, but I did have Danny Smith on my show, my radio show in WPRO a few months ago. And, you know, I guess that it entertains a lot of people. But one of the things that I love to do is sell pasta sauce, and I don't get any money from it. But what I have done is over the past, I don't know, maybe 15 years, we've supported 250 kids who've gone to college.
Right.
When you buy that pasta sauce, you know, it fuels the funds that we have. And you know, I raised that money when I was mayor with golf tournaments and all kinds of things, and then we supplement it with the sale of pasta sauce, and you're in Stop and Shop and Dave's supermarkets and.
You can get it down south in Atlanta too.
Yeah, I guess you can. But you know, for instance, we picked up some of the tuition for 15 kids,
sure.
And they're all kids who are minority kids from Providence. They have to be, you know, needy, and they have to have, you know, some degree of opportunity for success.
Sure.
Right.
And I don't pick the kids. The school department picks the kids, or the guidance counselors do.
Sure.
And so I just go raise the money, and I love doing it. And we sell that pasta. So buy that pasta sauce, the mayor's own marinara
Thank you very
sauce.
much.
It helps kids.
And you just mentioned this is Buddy Cianci. Listen to the Derek Shapiro Show.
I always listen to the Derek Shapiro Show all the time.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you.
Take it easy.
Okay, you take
Yep.